Hey guys, welcome back to the 6 Gear Garage. Here is my 2001 740i that I'm parting out. And as I'm going through this car, this is really the first one I've ever taken apart. It's built pretty well. And I'm going to stop here and document this rear seat because this took me a while to figure out. It's a little bit more work than taking the rear seat out of something like a Honda Civic. So the first thing you want to do is grab the front of the seat and just pull up really hard, like that. You hear a pop noise, and you want to do that on both sides. And from there, you just kind of want to grab the seat and pull it out. A little bit on each side. Make sure you don't get snagged around the seat belts here. Oh, notice the headrest is already off that side. I already got through this once and decided to do it again to share with you guys. Okay. There we go. Alright, next all you have to do is lift the seat up very carefully because you got your seat belts coming through right here. So make sure you work your way around those. And this is a heated rear seat, so you've got a harness. And this harness is very simple. I tried to pry it apart first and didn't get anywhere. All you have to do is grab this little rounded part at the top. It looks a little bit like it might be a little place to pull, and do that. Like that. Pull it, comes right apart. And you've also got a nut on each side. And back in this dark corner here, I'm going to get some light. There you go. You can see there is a hole in the seat bracket which used to line up with the body of the car, and there was a screw in there. So take that out, and then your seat is going to be free. I'm going to get this lower seatbelt bolt out of the way. And the size of that bolt is 17 millimeters. All right. And this came off with it. Just get that out of the way, and we're going to lift up here. Now, the part that took me a while to figure out is that the headrest is stopping the seat from moving on up. So I got to get back there and get out the headrest. All right, we're going behind the back of the seat here. Holding this up with my head and the camera with my other hand, so sorry if my finger gets in there a little bit, but that is the bottom of the headrest, and those need to be pushed through in order to pull off the headrest. So I'm just using the wooden end of the mallet handle here. Okay, you can see now the bottom of the headrest, the metal parts here, are pushed through the black, I guess we'll call them black insulators here, and that means the headrest is ready to pop through. Back up to the top here, head down for a second. Just kind of grab each side and wiggle it back and forth and pull up like that. There we go. Headrest is off. Now, you can slide the seat up. Okay, both my seat backs are now loose. They're only held in by the top portion of the safety belt here. Going down underneath this center armrest, you can see that there are two nuts. One here on this side and the same one on the other side. I'm going to loosen those next. If you're using a power tool, just fold this down and you'll be able to reach them easier. This car is equipped with the optional ski bag pass-through here, so I'm not sure if it's the same if you have this option or not, but all I'm going to do is just grab this and pull up, just like on the seat backs. There we go. And there is the center console. Alright, next we're going to loosen up this parcel shelf. And we've got 4 plastic connectors across the top. And I think that's all that's holding these in here. So, I have one out. By the way, if you don't own one of these tools and you're taking apart one of these cars, you want to get one of these tools. And it's just firing these things out of the car. I don't even know where they're landing. That's all they are. Just those standard plastic clips that BMW uses everywhere. So after I pulled off one bolt from each side here, there was one plastic clip in the middle. I took that out, and now I've got enough room to lift up this whole speaker box a little bit so that I can get a ratcheting wrench on that bolt. And it is a 17 millimeter. Okay, bolt is out. Now, pull the seatbelt assembly out. And when I was Googling here a minute ago, I also found that you can just take these plastic retainer clip things out somehow and remove the seatbelt that way instead of unbolting this whole thing here. Whichever one works best for you. Well, we've gone this far. If you're doing all this work on this car, it's most likely because you need to get back to under the parcel shelf to get to the top of the rear suspension to replace those. So I'm going to keep on going. I still haven't figured out how to pull this out yet, so I'm wondering if I need to take this other side out, this other rear panel here with the light in it. I took out the other side a while ago, so let's see if taking out this side will help free that up. I've got a couple of 8 millimeter bolts in here. Right out. Right now I'm taking out these 10 millimeter bolts that are on the very front of the box, holding it to the body. There's 3 going across. Looking at the parcel shelf from the top, you can see going across there are 3 bolts, and these are 13 millimeter bolts, and I took them out, and I believe they're for the child seat tethers, so you can latch a child seat onto that, and they come out like this. They've got this little spacer on them. So I've got 3 of these out. The middle one was turning and not getting loose, and actually tore up the surface of this parcel shelf a little bit. So if you're if you don't have a parts car like this, take extra care in doing that. And you can see how faded this is too. This was black at one time. You can see where the sun was blocking the UV rays right there. All right, next thing I'm going to do, I have some play in this now, so I can put my hand under here and push up on that speaker grill and pop this out. This grill cover here, and oh wow, look at those guys right there. Those are done. I've got 2 screws, one here and one here I need to take out. Same with the other side. Alright, got these screws out. They're actually T10 Torx bits. And now, rear parcel shelf is coming out. Let's get that out of the way. Toss it right there. Okay, next I've got these aluminum clamps. These are the ones that these brackets went into originally. So there's these aluminum block style clamps I'm taking out, and I've got the other side out already, right there, and I've got one in the middle and one on the driver's side to get. And with those removed, this rear deck Speaker box is free. There's what you're looking at. Next, over here by the passenger side, the door opening here, there's a little harness that goes up to the rear window shade. I disconnected that, and then this just simply pulls out. It's the easiest thing I've done all night. Once again, look at the UV rays, what they've done over the years. And here is what we're now looking at. If you're going through all this trouble, it's most likely because it's time to replace the rear suspension. And to do that, you've had to go through all this to access the bolts at the top of the shock. And that is right here. There it is. All this to change the rear suspension.